Hey, what's up, guys? Metal Hammer. I tell you, man, the British magazines always champion the British magazines that you get on the newsstands and Barnes and Noble, what have you. They almost in almost every topic, every hobby, every thing you can think of, they are superior to the American magazines. I will say, however, in terms of the metal, the heavy metal, other than maybe a Fistful of Metal, which is the old Iron Fist renamed. The metal is actually magazines. The Americans, even Decibel is better than this stuff, man. For a long time, for some reason, Metal Hammer and Kerrang, Terrorizer doesn't exist anymore. I always feel like they have more in common with like the tabloid, the British tabloid, sort of a feel. So they're much inferior. So I saw this Metal Hammer, 100 songs that changed our world. Now this is really I was thinking about how to do this in a more economical fashion rather than going on and on and on. Now, the 100 songs that changed the world, is it the 100 bands that changed the world? Because many of the songs selected here are really not the best songs of these bands. Why they were chosen, I don't know. Okay, 100 albums, okay, that's always a big list, right? We like the lists. We got 100 here, so let's just get to it. I'm ignoring pretty much the rest of this stuff. A little aside here. The interesting, uh, you know, censorship. Nobody censored Twisted Sister. Nobody censored Public Enemy. Parental advisory labels were like free publicity. You gotta stop. Although the interview with the guy here, he's pretty much like, yeah, some of these guys maybe they should be censored, but who is being censored now, right? we know he's being censored. So. I don't even know who this dude is. I never heard of this band. So if you get even the Glenn. How could you have a shitty interview with Glenn Benton? How did you do that? Anyway, let's get to the list here. Though, real quick, man. Look at the British. The European open air festivals are always better than they are better than anything in America, man. Catton Park, Derbyshire, or Derbyshire. Derbyshire. Fuck it. It's Opeth. Monomarth. Clutch. Hatebreed. Look at the Hatebreeds. Do you think Hatebreed would be bigger? Whitechapel. They're probably the one deathcore band I thought that was any good. Carcass. Oh, there's some good stuff here, man. Good band. Deicide. It's interesting seeing who gets the top billy, but regardless, let's just get to this list, which is really what you're here for. All right. Now, how am I gonna go about this list? Am I really gonna go by songs? I'm gonna go by albums. I'm gonna go by bands. I think that's a little more. Forget the 100 songs. The bands, right? And we'll go through. And we start with the Elder Statesman, or Sabbath, Zeppelin, Kiss. I'm a big fan of Kiss. You wouldn't believe it, would you? Early Kiss in particular. Yeah? Up until like the Love Gun or something. Although Creatures of the Night was good. Right? But we're just going through the bands, right? Black Sabbath, right? Led Zeppelin. Now, Led Zeppelin is way overplayed. I mean, by the time I was 14, I was sick of Led Zeppelin. Played it all the time. Rainbow, Stargazer. Well, the song, of course, is sort of like, you could argue Stargazer is sort of a ripoff of Kashmir by Led Zeppelin. But what a song, right? Richie Blackmore's band, right? Obviously after Purple, Ronnie James Dio, man, this is where he really became a name here with his amazing singing and the lyrics that he wrote. Stargazer is an amazing song. Essentially, a bunch of slaves building a tower to the sky, who are dying left and right, being worked to death, but gazing up at the wizard, who they are all dying for, and his ultimate failure in trying to achieve his goal as they watch him fall. What a great damn song, man. And Richie Blackmore, I gotta say, I gotta give him a little credit. I know people rip on him, from everything from he's not that good a guitar player to he's arrogant to da. I'll give the guy credit. He has some. He seems to have a lot more dignity than some people. No, I'm sorry, Ozzy. He's kept his dignity by sort of being kind of like quiet all these years. Van Halen, of course. by the '80s, you could say that's their swan song. But Priest, Priest is like these guys. These man, they probably were the greatest metal band ever, man. Straight up, you could argue that they actually invented heavy metal. Okay, I'll say that. Motorhead, friggin' Lemmy. What a great dude, man. What a great dude. And the music, man. This is the beginning of all your extreme metal right here, man. So yeah, Saxon's a lot of fun. Saxon never really was big in America, but Saxon, and here I love Killing Joke. Killing Joke is probably one of the best bands. Especially now, the stuff is so darker than a lot of metal, I will say. Including them on this list, though, I don't know. War Dance, man, it sounds like a song from the 90s or the 2000s, but putting them on here was weird. Bad Brains, man, these dudes. Now, once again, just like the Dead Kennedys, who are not on this list, which they shouldn't be, but Bad Brains are another example of guys who playing punk rock who are actually very accomplished, like musicians, jazz players or whatever. Went to probably musical college or whatever. But man, what they did with punk, man, you could argue that they probably did invent hardcore. I'm just saying. But like I said, these guys were like accomplished musicians playing this kind of stuff. Maiden, straight up. Running Free, love that song. I love that they picked that song too. The one song that's like most Maiden songs are stories, right? But Running Free is about like a guy who's a street criminal, not only having to deal with the pigs, right, Old Bill, right, but also his rival enemies on the street, his rival criminal gang PIs also coming for him, right? And also, listen, I know Bruce Dickinson's a great singer. Maiden made great music, great albums with him. The first two are still the best, man. Paul Di'Anno is my favorite singer in that band. Sorry, bro. Right, Discharge, a punk band, but man, these dudes, they talk about stripping down punk. Although, remember, them and Exploited, huge influence on black metal and everything that came out of black metal, like thrash metal. Okay, but every Discharge song, every Exploited song had a guitar solo in it. Right? I just say it. So right, lie to threaten, cheated and deceived. I'm gonna begin to that. Not to see, not to say, nothing. Right now, got a positive to blind allies. Oh, you want to start fighting. Right. Big influence on pretty much everything. Thrash, Napalm Death, grindcore, fucking Discharge, man. So, and I love when they became glam metal, when they became like a glam band in '86. Grave New World, I love that Discharge. I love that. I love that them Celtic Frost all became like glammed out, like hair metal dudes. But it was really not cool to do that. It was awesome. Girlschool, I never really heard Girlschool. They always bring up, women can rock too. Yeah. Pat Benatar, the Runaways, Joan Jett. Okay, we know this, but never really big in America. But whenever I see the songs from them, they were really good. They were great, man. It's just that, like I said, they weren't big in the States. Did I just say the States? Of course, Ozzy, right there. I got nothing to say here. Love Ozzy, but, listen, there's Randy. I remember when guys used to argue when I was a kid, like, especially Puerto Ricans. They're like, oh, man, who's better, Eddie Van Halen or Randy Rhoads? Oh, Randy's better. No, Eddie's better. And then all the dudes like, no, Jimi Hendrix is better than both of them. Oh, these dudes were like arguing. I'm like a little kid just listening to this. Whole thing with the Ozzy, his band, right? The solo band was this guy here, man. Bassist Bob Daisley. This guy wrote all the lyrics to Ozzy songs, man. All the way to friggin', I think, No Rest for the Wicked, he wrote the lyrics for. This is the guy who wrote all the lyrics. Ozzy never wrote any lyrics, bro. Just saying. So, and remember what Sharon did? Remember what she did? She had Robert Trujillo and Mike Borden, who they're great dudes, but they played over their tracks just so they wouldn't get, like, when CDs became a thing, just so these dudes wouldn't get royalties. What a fucking cunt, huh? Alright, Black Flag. You know what? I don't like Henry Rollins. The stuff he did later, the later Black Flag, where they're like slowing down and Greg is like obsessed with Black Sabbath, that's interesting music. I still don't really like it, but it was something interesting. But in terms of the Black Flag, the punk, man, fuck Henry Rollins, dude. Even Keith Morris was a better singer, but Des Cadena and the Spanish dude before him, those are the best singers in Black Flag, man. Des Cadena probably had the most extreme vocals you had in a punk band at the time. So I saw one of the first tapes a friend of mine made for me back in 1987 was one side of it was Suicidal Tendencies, Institutionalized, right? The other one was the other album they had, was it Join the Army or something like that. But remember this song, man, Institutionalized, right? Yeah, yeah. What are you doing? I'm just thinking. No, you're not thinking. You're on drugs. Nah, I'm just thinking. Yeah. Right, give me a Pepsi, please. Oh man, that was so funny too. Remember the other great song they had? I Shot Reagan. Remember? I Shot Reagan. Remember? No, you don't, because I'm an old ass man. Oh, Motley Crue, Shout at the Devil. When I was a kid, I remember hearing on 1027, Looks That Kill. The Looks That Kill was probably the heaviest song I ever heard in my life at the time. Freaking Motley Crue. And then Friday Night Videos. For those of us in New York who didn't have cable, Friday Night Videos was how you saw music videos, right? Oh, what a time that was, the early 80s, man. Music videos, And Too Young to Fall in Love was basically them in Chinatown looking for a prostitute to rescue, doing kung fu fighting, right? Dude, come on, man. So, all right, it's getting long. Rounded out. Merciful Fate. Of course, this is King Diamond's group. I know his solo stuff a little more than Merciful Fate, but this was a lot of metal should have gone in this direction. I mean, fucking King Diamond, fucking sing his ass off, right? But and anyway, we ended up here with the Venom, black metal. Now we were right. And I will argue. They didn't invent black metal. Sorry, Varg. These guys invented black metal. That's right. The look, not just the look, but musically. You can say, oh no, they don't sound nothing like it. Yeah, listen to Venom. They were the fastest fucking band you had at that time, even faster than some of the punk bands. Okay, the imagery, obviously, yeah, but even the vocal style. Listen, Tom G. Warrior is trying to sound like him. Right? A lot of people are trying to sound like Kronos. I argue that they are black metal. When people say they're not, they are. Right? And if you want to see a great video, man, you should always put the video where they're on some British video show with this very posh, London, beautiful fucking, like the way women were in the 80s. Woman who's amused by these fucking guys with their thick fucking Newcastle accents. They're like, oh my god, Dogenbar. They fucking sound like fucking trolls. And to this British London woman who is fucking both frightened and very like enthralled by these savages who spend half the time like punching each other and like and like doing like stupid shit. But anyway, regardless, but in terms of the music, man, black metal, Venom is black metal. They invented black metal. They invented everything. All your extreme music comes out of them. All right, and that's just how it is, man. And the first 4 albums are fucking brilliant, mate. And I've already gone over enough. Oh, I'm gonna skip Metallica. Oh, you're an asshole. Yes. 2 pages for these fuckers. Nah. Metallica's great, but if you want to hear about Metallica, you got a million other videos for that. Thank you. And we'll start up again with this. Oh, now we're getting somewhere with this. Yeah, so all right.